Are you a breastfeeding mom visiting Disney World soon? This video is a guide on how to successfully breastfeed throughout the Disney parks. Before we get started, let me tell you a bit about myself. My name is Kelsey. I'm a 24-year-old stay-at-home mom to an 8-month-old baby boy. My son is exclusively breastfed and we visit Disney all the time. So in this video, I'm going to share my tips and tricks on how to breastfeed in the Disney parks. The first thing that I want to mention in this video is that you can actually breastfeed out in the open anywhere you would like in the Disney parks. You can breastfeed in a line, you can breastfeed walking through the park, you can breastfeed however you feel fit. This video is just my tips and tricks on how I breastfeed when we're visiting Walt Disney World. The first suggestion that I have is baby care centers. The baby care centers in all 4 parks are going to be your best friend if you are breastfeeding. These baby care centers have everything that you need for bringing your baby to the park, but most importantly, they have a private nursing room. Some of these rooms are individual private rooms, and some of them are a room where other nursing moms will also be in at the same time. But most importantly, they have rocking chairs and plugs if you are pumping. It's just an awesome place to relax and nurse with your little one. If you're not wanting to walk all the way to the baby care centers, there are a few different places throughout the parks that I recommend breastfeeding that worked out really well for me every time we have tried them. Let's talk about some secluded areas in each park that you can find a spot to sit down and nurse where there's not going to be a ton of people walking by. In Magic Kingdom in Storybook Circus, over by Pete's Silly Slideshow, which is where Minnie and Goofy used to meet in the parks. I'm not sure if they're coming back or if they've already come back, but over in that area there is a little circus tent set up with lots of chairs and plugs and fans, and it's a really great spot to sit and nurse. Almost no one walks back here, and if they do, most people know that it's kind of a known area for families to go and rest. Over in Epcot, I found that the Land Pavilion had a lot of little spots with benches that you can sit and nurse, and there's so much going on in there and people are worried about so many different things that they're not paying any attention to the person sitting on a random bench. There's seating in the restaurant area, there is seating at the exit of Soarin'. There's also typically a show going on in the theater that's a good spot to nurse as well. Over in Hollywood Studios, there is a couple of areas that I recommend. The first one is the Star Wars Launch Bay. This is an attraction that is almost like a museum. They used to have character meet and greets in there. I'm not sure if they've brought those back yet, but either way, this is a great space out of the heat that you can go and relax. Also in Hollywood Studios, where the Toy Story Mania entrance used to be before they built Toy Story Land, there is a little Pixar section that they have themed to The Incredibles right now, and there is almost never anyone over there. It is outside and there's not any place to go inside in the shade, but it is super secluded. No one's going to walk by if you want to find somewhere to sit and nurse there. And last, over in Animal Kingdom, you can ride the train over to the conservation station where they have a big building where you can go see animals, animation show, petting zoo, all kinds of stuff over there, but not many people know about it. So it is usually a lot less crowded than the rest of the park, and there's tons of benches over there that you can sit and nurse on as well. Now, since we're talking about places in the parks that you can nurse, there's actually a ton of attractions that I recommend nursing on. If you've got a little one who is not easily distracted and you can sit down in a theater and nurse them, that is my favorite place to nurse. I usually bring my nursing cover and we just find a seat in one of the theater shows and we will nurse until he's finished, and then we'll watch the show. In Magic Kingdom, there is the Carousel of Progress, Mickey's PhilHarm Magic, as well as the Hall of Presidents. You can also nurse on any ride you can bring your little one on, as long as you think you'll have enough time to finish nursing. So I recommend the People Mover is a really great ride to nurse on as well. Over in Epcot, you've got the Pixar Shorts Theater. This is over by the Figment ride. It is just a theater where you can go in and they play Pixar shorts. It's There's typically not that many people in there. I've never been in there with a full theater. Also in Epcot, you can nurse on Living with the Land. That's a nice long ride that is easy to nurse on, as well as Spaceship Earth. Over in Hollywood Studios, you have the Walt Disney Presents Theater. This is inside the One Man's Dream museum area. They usually are playing some sort of preview to an upcoming Disney movie. A lot of people don't know that this theater is there, so it's usually a pretty great spot to go get out of the heat and nurse your little one in there. They also have another little theater in Hollywood Studios. This is the Mickey's Shorts Theater over in Echo Lake. This is also a great spot. Not very many people know about it, so it's great to go in, grab a seat, and you can nurse your little one. And last, in Animal Kingdom, there is not as many unknown shows, but you can really nurse in any show as long as your little one is not super easily distracted. So things like Festival of the Lion King, the Nemo show, and It's Tough to Be a Bug are great places, as well as Navi River Journey is a pretty long ride, so you can typically breastfeed on that one as well. And those are all my tips and tricks for breastfeeding in the Disney parks. If you guys found this information helpful, go ahead and like this video. And if you're interested in more Disney mom content, then go ahead and click subscribe, because I will have a ton of videos with more tips and tricks on bringing baby to Disney, as well as some Disney vlogs when we go on our upcoming trip in September. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye!